In couples and family counseling, it is impossible to separate the person from the professional. Because the therapist is the instrument that provides the catalyst for change, their own personality is central to everything they do. Virginia Satir, a pioneer of the field, recognized that our past is never truly absent from our present. She often noted that if she walked into a room with 12 people, she would eventually meet everyone she had ever known. When a therapist sits down with a new family, the people they subconsciously recognize are often members of their own family of origin. This lack of clarity is known as emotional reactivity or countertransference, a state where the therapist's own feelings are triggered automatically. These reactions are typically pushed by the therapist's own unmet needs, unexamined traumas, or the lingering roles they played among their own siblings.
These internal triggers force the practitioner to project their own history onto the family in front of them, distorting their view of the actual clients. Without addressing this internal blind spot, the therapist is essentially talking to their own past. They are treating their own historical pain, while the family sitting right in front of them remains unseen. Because of this, therapists in training must undergo their own intervention. Before they can treat anyone else, they have to become their own first client. This process of family of origin awareness is a structured investigation into the practitioner's own history. It begins with a 3-generation genogram, a detailed map of the therapist's parents and grandparents. The next step is more personal. The therapist assigns specific adjectives and roles to their family members, and crucially, to themselves. This record allows the therapist to identify repeating themes and historical traumas that have shaped their family's emotional patterns across decades. These traits are organized into what Satir called a wheel of influence. By placing themselves in the center, the therapist can see which qualities they keep close and which parts of their history they subconsciously try to push away. The purpose of this mapping is to reach a state that Murray Bowen called a differentiated self. Differentiation is the ability to separate an automatic emotional response from intellectual reality. When a therapist is differentiated, they can feel a client's distress without falling back into their own old family patterns. This psychological separation allows them to stay emotionally connected to a family's chaos without actually taking that chaos on themselves. It acts as a shield, providing the practitioner with the stability needed to observe the system's dysfunction without being swallowed by it. This self-awareness translates into a very specific routine used right before a therapist walks into a session. It is a physical and psychological ritual known as hanging hats. The therapist takes a moment to breathe, center themselves, and consciously release the personal distress or distractions of their own day. They also make a decision to set aside any first impressions or third-party information they've gathered about the clients. This preparation makes a state called presence possible. Presence is the ability to focus on clients with genuine fascination. By bringing all their senses to bear, the therapist can replace critical judgment with understanding and encouragement. Because the practitioner is grounded in their own history, they are no longer reacting to the ghosts of their own past. Effective family practice is built on this personal character. While theoretical models provide the framework, the quality of the counseling flows from the therapist's commitment